My name's Heidi Taliaferro. This is my husband, Brandon Taliaferro. And our daughter, Mia Taliaferro, is now a senior at Foundations. And our journey started really with Mia when she was 2 years old, when we started to notice with the pediatrician that she didn't have as many words as she should have had. And so we started doing assessments and trying to look into what we thought was going on. And it really led into a long journey of trying to figure out what was the causes and the sources of some of the issues that she was having. And we thought it was apraxia of speech and dyslexia and some different things. And she really went to a lot of different schools. And we tried to do things within the public school. We went to different private schools. We've tried different foods, we tried eating different ways, we tried medication, we had a lot of different doctors that we spent time with, and we started doing a lot of different programs, and we got some traction and some help and some things that worked. But when we started doing some of the cognitive work, that's when we started to think, wow, this seems like the source of some of her issues are the cognitive issues that she's having, and we really should be focusing on some of the working memory, improving the working memory and stuff. So we're doing some after-school programs, and when we found out about Foundations, we were like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what we need, because trying to take Mia after a full week of school and going through all these classes and trying to keep it all together all day, and then going after school for 1 or 2 hours a week to try to do some of the cognitive work that she needed, we were just not gaining any real traction. It looked like it was the right thing to do, but we weren't getting the results because it seemed like she needed more time and more effort in it. So when we found out about Foundations, I was thrilled. I was like, this seems like exactly what she needs. She needs to be working on this stuff every single day, over and over, so that she can start building the muscles and exercising that part of her brain and strengthening that part of her brain and getting the endurance and everything that she needed to actually improve in those areas. And so when she came to Foundations, she at first had a hard time because it was difficult, it was challenging, and she wasn't allowed to give up. And she had really, this is where I think you have some good insight into sort of your experience.
Well, I've got dyslexia. I've learned throughout life that I figured out how to do little workarounds. And I saw Mia doing the same thing, and which is good, and those are life skills that she needs. But she wasn't really being instructed or focused or having her attention put into really working through the issues or the problems. And so at Foundation, we found out that, the curriculum made the kids go through each academic program, and they had to pass that particular program to move on and continue on forward. And so, like you were saying, at first it was really difficult for her, and she was very frustrated, and she'd come home and she was exhausted. She was emotionally and just overworking, so to speak, her brain, that she hadn't really used that muscle, hadn't worked it like that before. And so we saw eventually, and this was a couple months in, that every day she got a little bit better, and she had a little bit more stamina, and she started to get through those programs. And like I said, it was tough at first, and still to this day, she'd probably say that she doesn't particularly, enjoy it, but she does it. And I think because of those struggles at first, her confidence grew, her self-esteem, she started passing levels, she saw her scores improved, and really you start to see Mia start to really grow through this process. Become now a 18-year-old senior who's getting ready to go off, into the world of, college and moving on. And really those struggles and that curricular program that Foundations has really, led her on this path to where she is now.
Yeah, she improved so much in all of her cognitive stuff, like the growth has been incredible, both with the cognitive program and then with the academic programs and stuff. The reading and the writing and the math has improved so much over the time that she's been there. And those are all skills that she's going to be able to bring with her. But then I think the attitude with the confidence and the self-confidence that she's gotten as a result of improving through these programs, she's become more positive in her attitude, and that has made all the difference. And then that permeates into all of the social and emotional growth that she's had as a result of her time at Foundations. And so for me and Brandon, both of us, the best thing about the program is not only the wonderful cognitive programs and the exercises and everything that she does and the improvement that she's had there, but also the supporting atmosphere and environment. The teachers and the administrators at the school have been so supportive of her and her growth and her emotional support. And so we've seen that result in just better social behaviors and all that kind of stuff. That's the area that she's also was so important to us. And she's just made incredible friends too at Foundations. And so that has been something that we're so incredibly grateful for. And her friends and their parents have become our friends, and I think we'll be friends for life because of the shared experience that we have. And so for Mia to be able to make friends with people that are kind of dealing with some of the similar issues that she has been really great for her and helped her feel more confident and more not alone, and going through these types of things with other people with similar situations has been really helpful to her. And so we've been really, really grateful for that piece of the puzzle.
But she also, not only the Foundations cognitive work that she's done, she's got to do a foreign language, she got to do cross country and track, she's got to go to prom, mm-hmm. She's got the whole high school experience wrapped into a specialized education kind of fit for her. And she's grown into the beautiful girl that she is.
To be totally honest, I mean, that we didn't know how she was going, like what the future was going to bring. And that's one of the most difficult pieces of all of this, is that you hope that she's going to catch up and that maybe she will, if we do this right or that right, or give her this opportunity or that opportunity, but you don't really know. And that brings a lot of anxiety, I think, as parents, trying to manage through that and hope that you're making the best decisions and the best choices for your daughter and her potential future. But we always hoped that she would be able to go out into the world and contribute to something and do something that she was passionate about and live on her own and have a good life. And but I didn't know if that was going to happen or not. And I am very confident now that after having gone through this program, that she is going to be able to go out there and live on her own and go on to college and find something that she's passionate about. She loves photography. She loves taking care of kids. She loves do-it-yourself kind of programs and arts and crafts and working with kids. And so she's done a lot of volunteer work in all of that area. And I feel like she's as prepared as she'll ever be for this type of an opportunity to go out there and live away from us next year. So we're planning on that and looking forward to that. And she's nervous, but she's excited, and I think she's confident that she has the skills that she needs to go out and do that.
I think to kind of summarize our experience with Foundations, it was a safe environment for Mia. She was able to learn and grow. Into from a teenager into a young adult. And now looking back on Mia's history and all the challenges that we've faced, we finally found a place in Foundations where it encompassed everything that we were looking for. It gave her a safe environment to grow socially. It gave her an environment to grow academically. The people and the family that really, because it's the school is such a close-knit family that for the parents that are out there that are probably have younger kids than Mia and are looking for the program that is going to encompass all those things, so that these kids can grow and they can become great members of society and loving family members. We wholeheartedly recommend Foundations. and we wish you all the best in your decisions, but because this is a tough road that you're on, but the family at Foundations and Fairmont have just been fantastic to our family, and we wish you the best.
And I would add to that, I would just say that if you want a partnership in the journey that you're going on to help your child through it, it's so wonderful to have the partners of the people at Foundations to help you through that journey. Because doing it on your own is difficult, and it's scary, and it is uncertain, and sometimes you don't know exactly what the right answer is. And so what I really appreciate is how they've partnered with us, and there have been many different things that we've gone through all together, but I've always felt like they're here to help me and they know that I'm trying to do the best I can, and I really appreciate that. And then we're all problem solving to try to get to the best result for Mia, and that partnership is worth everything to me. I mean,
it's worth every dollar that we spent, and we know it's not cheap, but we spent a lot of money on other programs.
It's just a worthwhile
this one
investment
is
in the future.
The full encompass for your child, for them to grow and be successful.
Yeah, so I would strongly recommend taking that journey and jumping into that partnership. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity.